The Kul Tiras is a maritime nation. They do focus shipbuilding and the navigation. To unlock them is a bit of patience, but since the updates, it's not so bad. They're so hungry as it is, so it must be. See, all the Kul Tirans are so girthy. These fish, they must be very blubbery. Oh, something is going on. The Kul Tiras is a maritime nation. They do focus shipbuilding and the navigation. To unlock them is a bit of patience, but since the updates, it's not so bad.
So I looked at my giant list of characters and decided to make a new one. When I first came in, this is what I saw. This is such a when I first saw this one, I don't know, man. Something about the combination of the random selection, it just looked really weird to me. So what we're gonna do, because the dude looked so great before, why is it so confusing to switch back to male right now? I don't even see a way to do it. Oh, it's obviously up here. Okay, why does a body 1 and a body 2 is so weird? Oh, I can't because my record boy's in the way. Alright, hang on. Okay, so I wanted to see if this microphone's able to pick me up at all. It seems like if that's happening, I'm not getting game sound though. I'm not sure. No, it seems like it's working. So yeah, I may be able to do some of my stuff with this microphone. I'm not sure. I gotta test it. I've got a bad audio situation. I have no money for a new mic right now, so I'm just gonna have to rough it. I may have to pull in the old mole again to talk about the stuff I wanted to. I finally unlocked Kul Tirans. Yes, it took me this long to get the Kul Tirans because of reasons. Something I'll talk about later, but I do like them. I think they're very cool. Look at that. Ooh, spicy boy. There we go. Man, they really did a good job with some of their newer allied race models and animations. It's pretty wild. Dope. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that was the nature boy. Nature boy. We got the hairy chest and everything. That is wild right there. I mean, I did not expect that. I didn't expect for the druid and the shaman to be so primal. It's also funny that this has been out so long and it's taken me this long to look at it. Oh yeah. Oh yes. The monk. Let's see that again. Man, they really went to town with some of these animation dealers over here. Anyways, I just want to do this clip. If it's okay, I'll record some audio like normally or whatever. If not, I might have to do old mulligan because it at least makes it hearable or whatever. Yeah, interesting. Anyways, yeah, these Kul Tirans are pretty good, man. Like, I think it's really good. I like it. Lots of reasons why it took me 8 years to unlock them, though, because I had all kinds of problems with the character I was trying to do it on. It has to do with me playing the game off and on, like going away, coming back, not knowing what to do, and all this and that. But eventually, that character got to 40, and it actually worked this time, and the Kul Tirans are now here. So that's pretty good. I feel like this animation is that one is really satisfying. So was this. This was surprising to me. I did not expect to see Big Boy hair chest mode. For whatever reason, I didn't know that was a thing yet until now, and it was a little surprising, but it was still a good time. I gotta say, that was still a good time. For sure. It's good art, man.
Okay, well, guess it's time for old mode to come out again because the audio problem still exists for me at the moment, but I'll solve it in the near future when I have the ability to pay for more stuff. Anyways, so I am just now getting around to finally unlocking more stuff on my account. The allied races, when I guess they were introduced quite a while ago, heard a lot of interesting opinions on them. I think they're pretty fun. The animations and graphics are really good for them. The Kul Tiran, I was just interested in unlocking it because I had already found ways to unlock everything else, and of course, if memory serves me right, they got progressively easier to unlock as well. I do remember spending a very long time in the night zone getting the Nightborn people. That zone was great. I want to go back and look at that place again. That purpley, it was kind of like a dark purpley kind of area. I remember a lot of the areas by their color theme. I'm not great with names. My memory is very scatterbrained side memory, so I remember certain stuff really well and other stuff not so well. And that's part of what keeps games like this fun to me, is because they're just big enough. Like, this game is just big enough to where I feel like there's always something keeping me occupied, which is why I've enjoyed coming back to it a lot, and having stuff to do on the account in general was an interesting aspect to it. So I did like being able to unlock the allied races. I thought it made more sense when they became easier, though. Just because of the sheer number of them, I guess. A lot of races. Not a huge fan of the new dragon one. I didn't like that one very much. I feel like there needs to be an alternative version that's a bit more, I don't know, feels more aggressive or manly or something, because whenever I'm walking about with it, it just seems weird. I don't know. I kind of like some of the ideas behind the drag theory, but not a huge fan. Anyways, back to this. The Kul Tiran unlock was not difficult now. I had to get to level 40. Now what happened is, there was little squishes that occurred when a lot of my alternate characters were in the range between mid to max level. And I had several alliance characters that were over level 40, so I couldn't figure out. For a while, what was happening was I would go attempt to unlock the Kul Tiran, and it just didn't work. Nothing was happening. The NPC wouldn't give me the quest, things like that. So there was actually a period of 2 different times that I'd come back to the game and then taken a break again, where I kind of tried to get the Kul Tiran and just couldn't succeed. I was reading guides online, and things people told me just didn't work. It was pretty strange. Well, coming back to it, I guess there's been some other change where the only requirement now is get level 40, go to the embassy. Well, I already have alliance characters that are over 40, but I was thinking to myself, I guess it needs a fresh ding of a 40 to register for some reason. Turns out that was the case. That's why I was playing this warrior all the other day and leveling that one up, because getting that one up to 40, not only was it fun because I got to go through some older zones, gotten a few achievements, it also made it to where when I did go back to Stolman, it worked this time. So that quest line was not that long. I think it was like maybe 4 or 5 quests, hopping around in the Kul Tiran land, grabbing some lumber, things like that. Going through and trying to put together materials to get this lady to build a ship. It was pretty cool. I think the art and graphics in the Kul Tiran area are really well done. I've always liked water themes, like sea, marine type theming. I absolutely love the ocean. I am not a seafood eater, really.
Now we're a male again. Man, some of these new models look amazing. It has been a while since I looked at some of these. This orc he looks fantastic. I gotta be honest, he looks pretty great. This one looks like he has extra eyeballs. He almost, I don't think he's supposed to have, I don't know. It almost looks like he has extra eyeballs. Troll is what I play a whole lot. My trolls look different and weird. Not quite like that. Why do my trolls look different than this for some reason? Does it depend on when they were born as well? I don't think so. Must be the example gear. The example gear makes it look different. I really favor playing the Horde most of the time, but you know what? The Kul Tiran Warlock look like it. Just a big doomy boy with some little critters running around. I feel like that would just be fun. Man, coming up with a name is gonna be a little tough for me right now though, because I've already got a billion characters. Let's see here. I don't know. I think I want to try it though. I want to play it unconventionally though. I wish you could do melee attacks while you're a warlock and not even worry about it being like a big deal thing. Just like, I'm not saying like in the same way that a hunter can be also a melee damage dealer. Just, it'd be cool if you could cast some spells, let your pets do the stuff, like put a couple dots and then just run up and just start smacking them. Even if it wasn't the best like plan. In fact, I might just do it anyway. That's the way I played in Classic for a while. It was super enjoyable. Like, it really felt good. Although you get outpaced by certain situations pretty badly if you don't, if you restrict yourself to only using the certain skills, like the basic attack and the dots and the pets or whatever. But this, I don't know, man. For some reason, I think my first Kul Tiran's gonna be this dude. He's looking pretty good. Oh my. Let's see. Alright, we got. I'm gonna have to consult with Old Mole about what to go with, because this looks like it's gonna be an Old Mole character anyway. I think we're gonna have to get. I don't know, man. This is looking close to what an Old Mole kind of guy might be. Let's see what we got here. I think we just need to change. Let's change. What do we got here? Let's see. We're gonna. You know, I can't help it. I like the white and gray hair. I'm a sucker for it because my hair is turning like white, basically. Ow. I think it's still majorly gray right now, but it's definitely heading towards the white areas of the spectrum. So I might as well do that with our Old Mole. This is going to be the Old Mole, I think. You know, I usually don't go with facial hair, but I feel like Old Mole might need some. Ooh. They're both very, well, that feels very, it is called Tuskar, and it does feel very walrus-like, let's be honest. Let's see, we're gonna Maybe the handlebar, actually. I don't know about that. I think we're gonna go like this. We got blind mole. I mean, mole. Well, that would kind of make sense actually, because it's a you know, it's gonna go underground and have to use that weird thing on its face. I mean, he's not actually a mole. I'm just saying that's part of his identification. How about we're gonna do half. That explains how he can still handle a lot of situations. Because he's not completely blind, you know. He's got a thumb. We're gonna see if we can just get old mole, since we're gonna have old mole play this for a bit. Oh my gosh, it worked. It worked! He started at level 10? How did he start at level 10? Guys, am I like super out of touch with this game or what? I started at level 10 somehow. Oh, I guess maybe Kul Tirans start at level 10? Is that the deal? Let's go. I'm gonna have to play this in a bit. I gotta do some other stuff, but I'm excited to play with this dude. This looks like it's gonna be pretty interesting.
I don't know, it's weird. I love the ocean, but I'm not into everything that most people are about with it. Like going to the beach, things like that. But anyways, just to say, the Kul Tiran having like a aquatic or like marine themes, human faction to me is quite satisfying. I think that's really cool. I'm a little sad I can't just be a paladin on there though, because lately paladin class was the thing in my revisiting that has been the most satisfying, because I have a Tauren paladin that I played, leveled them to where I can level 2. I can only level to 70 right now because I don't have the newer content yet. But that gives me something to do later, because I have another outlet race unlocked. There's a bunch of stuff to look at to catch up with people later. What? Coffees. I was a little sad because I'm running low on coffees. Got on with coffee today. There were other thoughts that I had about the allied race thing. I did hear some discussion of people saying, well, a lot of this is just reskins of other races. But that, you know, to me, that makes sense because of the way the World of Warcraft, or Azeroth is, I guess, by lore, and the factions you come across and things. Plus, my thinking is, if you're gonna do more of them, and you did want to incorporate more options of similar types that had similar models, you would want to go ahead and get that out of the way before doing other stuff. And it seems like that's pretty much what happened, because you had your similar type allied races coming out, and then you've got the Dragon Boy from the Dragonflight one, new race, which is a bit more distinctly different, I guess. But anyhow, like a lot of people, I really would like more and more fantastically weird options in the game, just because of how vast the game is. There's, I guess I would say, pipe dream type ideas I've always had about it that over time I'd like to share, because I think they're fun, kind of nerdy but fun. You know, pipe dream ideas of things that would be great if could happen in the game that haven't happened or could in the future or whatever. But yeah, getting started, going to unlock Kul Tiran, not bad, pretty fun, very enjoyable. I can say another few things about it though. Look, it confused me. You know, I made the guy. I'm instantly level 10. I'm choosing a specialization the instant I go into the game. Like, okay, it's an allied race. It's acceptable to me, I guess, because in order to even do that, I had to have already played. But I kind of agree with the opinion that there's a lot of, you know, just stunt and bloat, because at level 10, I've got an entirely full skill bar. I just showed up in the game, I've got an entirely full skill bar. Like, the first thing I need to do is pause and like figure out what's going on with what skills. If I hadn't played that in a while, or if it's a class that I have played somewhat recently, I'll probably set it up similarly to the bar of whatever existing character I've already played of that type. So that is something I would like, is a way where it's like, you know, I really want them to do this, man. Listen, Blizzard, and maybe this is a thing and I'm just too stupid, I don't understand this is already a thing. Okay, if I make, let's say I make a troll, like a troll warlock or something, or just whatever, and then I set up the bars the way I want it. Well, I want an option to be like Tiki Boo when I go over to make a gnome warlock to mess with some alliance bang, or look at something that I prefer to be on alliance for, or whatever, some kind of quest. Let's say I want to do that, I should have like a button that is an easy way to have the bar like somehow signify to me or allow me to load the same skill bar setup that I have on my other warlock, my class like characters. I feel good if I've got like my two warriors. Granted, usually when I play different ones, different alts, I usually focus on different specs. That's true, but a lot of this is the overlap, man. And a lot of buttons would be the same. Sometimes I play the exact same thing, just in different scenarios. That's why I played multiple druid characters, is just because back in the day that was one of the things I played a lot. Well, I like to set up the bars similarly on the different ones, even if the skill selection is a bit different. It's still a similar thing, similar idea of how, like where and how much skills. Maybe after they refine the skill bar stuff for this expansion they're working on now, I have the feeling that there's going to be, what do you want to call it? A good way to move forward and just have those types of things actually be better for players like me. I do think a lot of players will have controversy over it, but I think it just depends for a lot of people on how to fix their higher end gameplay stuff. I'm thinking more of like raiding kind of players that like to raid, players that like to do the more competitive PvP, more casual players like myself. I think are going to enjoy that. I think it's going to be good for casual boys that just like to hop and goof off for a bit and go back to work.
I will do what I can.
The other thing I was enjoying about messing with this again was, because I'm so busy and I'm back and forth with everything, realizing that I can chop stuff up and just make videos with little chunks of things has been pretty good too. It's pretty fun. I have no idea if anybody will stumble upon and watch these videos. And, you know, with audio problems, this, that, and the third, I don't blame people, but so many fun things to talk about. Just relaxing. Gotta get very busy here in just a little bit.
That is beautiful.
So I'm gonna enjoy myself for a little bit longer this morning before the chaos begins, and it begins. So, anyways, thank you for listening to the ramble as we unlock the Kul Tiran, and Bold Mo is signing up.
The Kul Tiras is a maritime nation. They do focus shipbuilding and the navigation. To unlock them is a bit of patience, but since the updates, it's not so bad. They're so hungry as it is, oh it must be. See, all the Kul Tiran are so girthy. These fish, they must be very blubbery. Oh, something is going on. The Kul Tiras is a maritime nation. They do focus shipbuilding and the navigation. To unlock them is a bit of patience, but since the updates, it's not so bad.